Sorry, boys, I got interrupted, but we have 9 minutes 24 seconds left. I literally timed it perfectly. He's a big guy in his hood getting shot. Let's move on to War. Pretty nice beat, but very reminiscent of Took Her to the O, which I guess isn't a bad thing, but people hate on him for making songs that sound the same, and we're going to talk about that in the general notes here. It's pretty soon. He sounds good on the mic, though. He's got a good flow. Next song is FaceTime. G Herbo's on here. He kind of sounds like Dirk, which makes sense. King Von does sound like a lot like Dirk on his records. I have come to notice that. Bass is killer. There was a 6ix9ine diss. G Herbo is solid. I definitely need to listen to him more. I think he's a better rapper than a lot of modern Chicago rappers, and no offense to King Von, but including guys like King Von and Dirk and Polo. Polo G is definitely more debatable, but as a lyricist, I think that G Herbo definitely takes the cake in a lot of instances against these modern day Chi-Town rappers. But let's move on to Don't Play That. Obviously, we've heard this, but it doesn't hurt to listen to it again. One of King Von's best songs, in my opinion. Beat is so calm for a Von or 21 Savage song. I thought that was kind of cool. We did do a reaction on the channel, so if you guys want to see my full thoughts on the track, he mentions two kind of songs a lot. I've definitely noticed that. Obviously, that's one of his ops from O Block or whatever. 21 Savage's goaded feature as always. But yeah, that's that song. Next song is straight to it. 5 years on here. King Von on a drill beat. Obviously, it makes sense. 5 Foreign is a drill artist, but King Von on a drill beat. It was very interesting. Not bad. 5 definitely isn't in his prime yet. 5 has a lot to improve on, a lot to grow on, and with his debut album Bible being executive produced by Kanye, you guys know I'm gonna listen to it. But let's get to the next one. Trust Nothing. There were a lot of features on here. I'm gonna talk about that in my notes, my general notes of the album, because I have sections for the songs, then I have a general notes section. Moneybagg Yo is on Trust Nothing. A pretty good feature. Moneybagg definitely has some good shit on his career. He has some good stuff to his name. He's had big years in the past, so it's cool to see him on a Von song. Uh, and Von died before Moneybagg really, really blew up with like songs like Waukesha and his album Gangsta's Pain, I think. Next is Evil Twins. Perfect title for a Dirk feature. They're pretty much twins. They're very close to each other in the industry. Yada yada yada. I'm pretty excited for the new Dirk album, and hearing Dirk on this Von track is kind of hyping that up a little bit. Dirk is dropping next week, so at 11 in my time zone, midnight for a lot of you guys. On Thursday night, I'm gonna be listening to the new Dirk album. And also Benny the Butcher's dropping next week, so that's cool. I've never heard Von yell on tracks. I guess that's a normal delivery. I'm not a big fan of Von. I don't listen to his music that much, so some of these sounds were definitely new for me. I'm more of a mainstream Von fan, obviously. I don't really listen to his all of his albums and stuff like that. But anyways, moving on to Real. First song in a while with no features. Von can definitely carry his own, and he shows it on this track. People gotta stop with the 50 Cent Many Men line. That is very, very overused. It's very saturated in hip hop. Apparently, he has a guy in his block or something named D Rose. I'm not sure. Rich Gangsta is the next song. Cool Future producer tag. Diego, I think is the producer's name. I think that producer tag was cool with Future singing that. Um, I don't know why that had anything to do with the song, but I thought I'd mention it. Already Back to the Future. The features. Jesus. Okay. With T Grizzly. Haven't heard him on a track in a while, but damn, he came in early, and it is really nice to hear T Grizzly on a track again for the first time in a while. I don't know if he's planning on music this year. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Next is Mad. Good energy. That's really all I have to say. Some of these tracks, not a lot has to be said about them. Next song is My Fault. A Boogie. Slightly hyped for A Boogie's album too. I think A Boogie is coming out somewhat soon. He's got to come out before the summer. I mean, that's what most artists are doing nowadays with the tours and stuff. Uh, I was kind of confused if King Von or Boogie were singing on the hook, but I'm gonna have to say it was Boogie. I don't know if Von can sing as well as A Boogie. A Boogie definitely has a talented voice. Very, very confusing. But next is Changing My Life. Von ain't changing for a thing. Next song is called Hard to Trust. Interesting guitar riffs in the song. I'm not sure who Dreezy was. It ended up being a female rapper. I'm not sure who it is. Song sounded pretty nice. Vaughn switched up, buying this girl anything he wants because he is in love, and I guess he switched up. I'm not sure. Next song is Big Get Back. Don't know the future features, must be industry friends. That's what happens a lot with rappers' music. They put their industry friends on their tracks, which is nothing wrong with that. Get It Done. OMBPZ definitely sounds familiar, but I'm not completely sure who that is. I don't know. Pretty nice song though. Best one we've heard in a while, honestly, probably since the 21 Savage song at this up to this point. Because remember, as I'm listening through, I'm putting notes on the album and stuff. Uh, Very Detroit-esque with the bass. I associate that bass pattern with a lot of Detroit rappers. So yeah, Chase the Bag was decent. Go and Get 'em. Boss Top again, probably an industry friend. It's alright. Beat's kind of nice. The Siri line was pretty awesome. Next we have Grandson per President. Juju on the beat, like the beat. It sounded just like that song, quite literally. It still sounded good though. I liked the song, honestly. Best song besides Don't Play That. Um, I don't really care if the beat sounded like the Juju on the beat. I don't know why I put that down. I think it sounded great. But the last song was Family Dedication outro. Cool way to end the album. I'm not sure if it was Vaughn or Dirk narrating, but uh, it ended up being a song with like clips from his grandma and his kids talking, people from his family. Obviously, that's why it's called Family Dedication outro. But yeah, that's the track by track. General notes: people that say all of his songs sound the same are just haters. I don't really like hating on any rappers personally. There's a few instances I've been doing this year, but generally I don't like hating on rappers because I could not do what they do. I was actually really excited for this album. I think King Von has great ad libs. I'm just going through my list here. Definitely some workout music, pretty motivational, kind of like Kevin Gates type of stuff. R.I.P. definitely had a career ahead of him. You know, rest in peace, King Von. I mean, that's crazy. Uh, an interesting strat to cram a bunch of features at the beginning. There were a lot of features, and I'm not sure if I like that or not. I definitely have mixed opinions on that. He's more talented than what's on the surface, you know, with his mainstream music. He's definitely more talented than what people see on a King Von record. But let's just get to what Apple Music had to say, and then I will go along with the outro. Upon the release of King Von's What It Means to Be King, nearly a year and a half after his passing, a charting single from Lil Durk entitled Aha finds him confronting the frustrations of having to forge on without his friend. Don't respond to shit with Von. Durk shouts in the chorus, imploring himself to ignore the near constant mentions of Von's name that fills the comments of his social media posts. As difficult as it's been for King Von fans to move on, as Aha reveals, it's been that much harder for those who knew the MC best. What it means to be king, though, is where those who did and did not know Von personally may find some semblance of healing. The album is packed with former peers and supporters like Lil Durk, 21 Savage, G Herbo, Moneybagg Yo, 504, and T Grizzly and Dreezy. Their voices complement Von's across the board, helping him to lay out Chicago drill culture on the way he'd become renowned for. Von's personal rap style, excited and ever aggressive, carves through production from frequent collaborator Chop Squad DJ as well as Kid Hazel and ATL Jacob. The storytelling that gave him more of his first acclaim is fully intact on songs like Where I'm From, Trust Nothing, Get It Done, as is a romantic side on songs like My Fault. But what his fans and even his friends are most likely to take from What It Means to Be King isn't something they didn't already know. When it comes to the legacy of dearly departed King Von, the music we got during the MC's lifetime had only barely scratched the surface. So yeah, he had so much potential. He had so much more in store than what he gave his fans. But that's pretty much it. I mean, leave a like, comment, subscribe. This has been the King Von What It Means to Be a King album review. I hope you guys have enjoyed it fairly well. I hope you enjoyed the album well, especially if you're a King Von fan. I would hate for you guys not to like it as King Von fans. I thought it was pretty decent. Might listen to a couple of more songs. I really like this new format though of me going through albums and just track by track explaining them, reviewing them. Because King Von's not one of my favorite artists, but